That's
Uh,
the only one you haven't played yet. Once I was 7 years old.
okay, I'm recording. And James
Seriously,
and
I'm on a tractor right now, bush hogging with a tear running down my face. I got to go.
James and Static, you don't have to be here, but if you want to be here, it's okay. Yeah. So basically, I'm gonna let Toot start first. So what basically the meeting is about? We're gonna add one more training to the FTO. It's gonna be called AWP, Arrest Weapon Procedure. Means we're gonna have overall 7 trainings. For everyone, quick, the trainings in order. Worker, that's your job. Macros, PD tour, taser training, AWP, PD1, PD2, and driving test. And when it comes to AWP, Hoodster gonna explain you more.
All right, guys. As you know, I'm the new FTO commander, so I'm gonna be making sure that this critical role is fulfilled and maintained. So yes, as in for the arrest procedure, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be demonstrating how to make a proper arrest for, especially for the new recruits, and how to properly utilize our macros in a timely fashion and in sequence so that there's no failed RP. Um, as you guys know it, even to this day, even us that have had vests and certain members we're still messing up when it comes to the little things such as macros and messing up with the rest, maybe not reading the rights, or we're missing something and we need to work on that. So this arrest procedure is put in place so that way whenever a new recruit comes in, that's the first thing he's going to learn. Of course, after his PD tour and taser training and macro tests, etc., he's going to learn how to make an arrest. I mean, that's what officers should know how to do, right? I don't think any officer should be able to get a badge if they don't know how to make an arrest. So that's the reason why we're implementing that. In regards for the weapon procedure part, so we're going to be demonstrating how to properly deploy the weapon, where to deploy it, and where to deploy the lethal weapon. Because this is going to include making our new recruits aware of the green zone and what force they can and cannot use while inside these green zones. I have a little diagram set up in the taser training room where I'm gonna thoroughly show you guys exactly how we could train our new recruits, how to not use an assault rifle in a green zone, and how to use their taser and to use their macros, etc., etc. So after this meeting, it'd be highly appreciated if you guys could meet with me and Silent Wood in the taser training room. Um, like I said, we have it set up, and if you guys have any ideas from there and suggestions, please tell us so that way we can make sure that everything goes good and smooth.
Yeah, that was mostly all. So the AWP is nothing special. So I know we learned the arrest in the PD2, but the AWP. So obviously we can't give violations. That's the bad thing about it. So that they have to learn when they're out there. But basically, the AWP is the first. It's kind of two parted. So it have two parts. The first part is where you, as the trainer, is pointing a gun at the new recruit, and he just have to tase you all down, read your rights, and give you the 1.9, the 2.5. And the other one is also 1.9 and 2.5, but that you as a trainer shoot him and then you run into a green zone. And obviously the recruit can shoot you as long as you're not in the green zone, but as soon as you're in the green zone, he have to tase you and do kind of the same. So AWP is not that much work, how it sounds like, but the meeting is already going to the end, so we don't want to take it too long. I'm not a friend of long meetings, long talks, and that all. Um, but I want to quick explain again the hiring process. So when it comes after the recruit passes interview, he's gonna come to the macro room, and you're gonna send him. And now it's where some things going wrong. So you have to send him 4 things. I just tagged the PD Madeira into the send list, FTO send list. So you have to send him the Madeira booklet, the PD rules to follow, the unbadged rules, and the macros. And yeah, these 4 things have to be sent to them. because that's the important thing they have to read over. After So the person who do the macros have also to post their informations into the hire tracker, means screenshot of the Discord profile, of the in-game passport, and the in-game workbook. Um, why is that important? If you don't post it, they're not going to be added to the faction channel. That's why I'm saying it. The person who do the macros have to post it into the hire tracker. If not, I almost said the suspect, the recruit can't be added to the faction channel. Um, Obviously, the rest is pretty easy. PD tour have to have. It should be 6 pictures, 2 pictures from every floor. It doesn't matter which room. Taser training, it don't have to be body camped. It just have to be a screenshot how they tase you. The taser training are also 2 parts. The first part is they standing in one position and tasing y'all. The other part is you moving around, means you're trying to dodge their shots, and they have to tase you. That's basically all. And after that, I'm not sure when we're gonna implement the AWP. Probably in the next few days, but I'm gonna announce it when it's gonna start. So from that on, everyone have to do it, and then the AWP. But for now, not the AWP. So just move on with the PD1, PD2, and driving test, and make sure you post everything. Walk, I'm recording while you're texting me. Are you dumb? Uh, but yeah, that's basically all. Is there any questions so far? Anything what's unclear?
No, just if you guys have any questions also for me, I got you guys. There's a lot of stuff that I felt I failed to leave over being the previous FTO overseer. There's a lot of stuff that I should have been said. But we're gonna clean up. We're not even gonna talk about that stuff. But yeah, I got you guys. If you guys need any help, I'm here.
If you want to say anything, say it.
No, no, no. It's just like how you said, when we hire a new recruit and they come into the macro room, those items that you ask for are very important. Yes, we have to get their ID, their workbook, and their information when they got hired. That way we keep a track of who came in, and in case they get blacklisted or we not, they can't get rehired, we at least have their ID and stuff. But once they're in the macro room and they're putting in those macros, and we're waiting for them to punch in those macros, that time right there is when I used to teach that time right there, you should try to introduce the patch down and the arrest procedures in that.
Oh yeah, that's actually
So
what I missed. Please do the macro class with
yeah,
them.
so when macro class, while they're punching in and doing the math, because remember, when somebody might not never played this game before NRP, so they don't even know how to work the menu, they probably don't know how to get in their book bag, probably don't know where this is at. So that class, you can kind of like squeeze some of the stuff in there while like after they put the macros in and you guys checking them, and then like that taser training, that the new thing that you're trying to put now, the AOW, you could probably squeeze that in during the taser training. Because taser training is actually when they actually get to chase us and actually gets to use their taser. So think about it. You could create, during taser training, you could actually make them arrest you. That's what I used to do when I used to do my taser training. I used to make it difficult for them. And I used to make them put me in even in here in macro class, put me in handcuffs, read my rights, because they're gonna do that more than anything. Is to read them the rights, pat them down depending if they're male or female, and then even if they can't put the charges on us, right? You can still put it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? That's another way for them to actually like know if he committed a 3.4, whatever, he could at least put it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? So during taser training, kind of squeeze in the arrest thing right there. You know what I mean? That way they could get the gist of it, and then they're gonna have it again during the PD1 and PD2. You feel me? So, well, actually the PD2. PD2 is when you actually arrest someone because it's going to get hostile. It's going to get crazy. So they're actually going to have to chase that person and actually arrest them. You know what I'm saying? So that's three versions of them learning how to do the arrest procedure. In the macro class, you can introduce it while showing them what all the macros are. You know what I mean? Taser training while they learning how to use their taser, and then finally when they're doing it at PD2. You know what I'm saying? And even when you take them on a driving test, you can kind of, but if that's where the problem is, you know, yeah, um we could just, I feel like I should have speak about it, but yeah, that's my little thoughts on it.
Yeah. So just to clarify, in the well, as of right now, the AWP, we do throw up the violations in the chat. Yeah, we cannot put them in like Silent Wood, but we are, like Silent Wood said, but we are putting them on the chat because we want them to be capable and to understand that they have to throw it in the chat as well. So that is how we are doing it with the 1.9 to 2.5. After they tase us down and then do the three macros for the reads the rights and everything, they also have to throw the 1.9 and 2.5 down in the chat and tell them why. We'll tell them what that means as well.
And I wish Chief was here. But another thing, when Franco ex Chief was here, he wanted to leave his mark. So what he did was he switched from being captain to lieutenant. They gave officers the
Oh
opportunity
yeah.
to go out earlier. But what that did was it just made inexperienced officers go out earlier. So yeah, nobody want to stand around PDG and wait for somebody to come along to take them on a 10-12. So they hurry up and get that vest. But when they get that vest, they go out there. They didn't really get that much experience or did that ride along. So that's where that arrest part got a little bit messed up. Like you going out there and there's two people you got to arrest, and you got to drop violations on both of them. You know what I'm saying? So them kind of going out at lieutenant is a little too early. I said it this like my third time saying this, my fourth time saying it. You had to switch that. I know Franco wanted to change it, but I say major. At least switch it to major or go back to captain and see what happened. Even if the new guys come in there and they cannot go outside, they have to go out there with an experienced person, somebody that know what they're doing. So they're liable to make mistakes instead of them trying to as a lieutenant with a slow ass car. How you gonna chase somebody in a huntsman? You know what I'm saying? So it was captain for a reason. Because that captain, you actually got a charger and you actually could do a solo ride along and you actually could keep up with somebody. Even major is a little pushing it because you don't even get the charger. You get the charger at captain. So that's why I made it captain. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's love.
Okay, Love
Sure.
Turner, yeah, I'm actually happy that I told you to say something. But that's actually a good idea. If Woodster want to agree to it right now, we cut the AWP off and add it to the taser training.
And also as well, I did speak with Chief last night. He did say he will be changing that part to captain. He did say that will be.
Was willst du? Du warst doch hier schon.
And it fall that what that does, it falls on the suits now because now the suits and the vested are going to have to step up now. So the captains that's already captains are now going to have to take the. That's how I started, and I you have to find out who's online, if it's suits online or if it's vested online, so you can do your ride along with. You know what I mean?
Um,
Got you, bro. That's fire. That's nice. Taser training would be the very important. Hmm.
That's all right. That's fine.
Oh my. This is good. Don't mind Walker. No, you're good.
If there's no other questions, we could go to the taser training room and give them an example exactly how we have it so far. Because I did set up a green zone area in there for the training, so you guys can see for yourself.
No, they go on Discord. They go on NRP. They go on Discord and they open up the faction chat when they get accepted. Once they get accepted, right. Once Z Boy or DFG James send them the and they can see the faction chat. They go right there. It says general. Right underneath general, it says role setup. They have to put their name, they rank, the faction, they server, and they have to tag the DFG and they have to tag the chief in there. And that goes in the system and